Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Just had a chat with the Farseer. Oh, the Farseer is actually has some loot. Serrated mono knife. Okay, that's interesting. Chance to inflict bleeding. I don't know what the green numbers and the plus mean. Because normally green is only a comparison number, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Alright, we'll take it. More goods over here. Aeldari
do you seek?
needs to... Fresh injury? Let's get rid of the fresh injury.
Thanks you.
And let's get rid of the 2 fresh injuries on Elliot
Your
too.
technology is limited, but I am grateful.
Let me help.
You have offered me another chance.
Reinforced Cabalite armor. Oh, it's just a bonus like that. Interesting. I think we got some new gear just before. Let's see, Marajai. Armor of Despair. All enemies in combat suffer -10 weapon and ballistic skill. 15 armor against human enemies. That's quite interesting. 15% dodge. Let's go with that. Wow, okay. That is a heavy dodge penalty. Ghost plate. 15 dodge if the wearer has no cover. Incubus armor. Where's the reinforced Cabalite? Cabalite armor. Reinforced Cabalite armor. So I think this one is actually better. Got more dodge. Alright, let's just go with that. We can probably continue on. There's goods over here. There's some gear down here too. Okay. Oh, right here. The thick stack of pages made of a strange material has been hastily tied with a coarse piece of string. Pages are covered in sharp, uneven handwriting and have brown stains on them. 2 male and 2 female selected from among Crudarach Farseers. Aside from their veil connection, the specimens have no common traits. Merging process expected to be fascinatingly painful. Okay, this is talking about how they put them all together, alright. Parts of 3 Aeldari placed inside the thorax of the 4th, the most resilient among them. Redundant original heart removed, other internal organs preserved, specimens conscious throughout the surgeries. Okay. Despite the blockers, the partial brain transplants were accompanied by several energy discharges resulting in equipment damage. The potential is amazing. The integrated subject was punished by an intramuscular injection of an acidic solution that erodes soft tissue from the inside. Subject stable and controllable, undergoing significant physical and psycho-emotional distress as the Aeldari minds are becoming aware of the situation. The energy discharges increase every time the blockers are eased or pain receptors are directly stimulated, confirming the expected result. In order to intensify the pain experience, the subject will be nourished by essences of its own torture. The Aeldari consciousness are trying to consume one another, perhaps in order to lower the net pain awareness. Curious, the subject must continue to be saturated with its autogenic agony with added psycho-tranquilizer injections. Note, enhance the subject's physical suffering with internal bone tissue disintegration. After that, the notes become indecipherable. Okay, that's a bit wild and nasty. There's loot up here, so we might go over there before coming to this section here. I don't know if that leads to somewhere else or not, but let's see. Okay, so we're going to continue down this way. Are there any more traps? That's the question. Medicaid.
Anything worthy of my attention?
The corpse was dismembered and then reassembled, apparently while still alive. Numerous stitches and burns indicate that the surgeon was not concerned with humane treatment. Yeah, obviously. Alright, there's more up there as well. More cargo. Okay. Okay, main hall, alright, so turns out this was where we are supposed to go actually. Let's come back down here and explore this area. See what horrors lie over here before we end up going to the main hall.
Marching on.
Okay. Another Medicaid test. Whoever is imprisoned inside the capsule, they are moving ever so slightly. Jeebus. Okay. That's a bit of a yikes. More cargo. Okay. A young Aeldari's body is floating in a murky glass vat filled with acrid acidic sludge. If the built-in xenocogitator's changing readings are anything to go by, the Aeldari is alive, or at any rate, not quite dead. This body belongs to a Farseer. I sense dormant energy coming from his exhausted mind. We must set him free, Elantar. Inspect the vat. Another of the insane homunculus's creations designed for cruel experiments. The vat is part of a larger mechanism which has a small mechanical dashboard built into its casing. You are, however, unfamiliar with the symbols on it. The thick tubes that deliver the suspicious-looking liquid straight into the vitreous depths of the mechanism disappear into its inexplicably smooth casing. The glass itself seems quite brittle, though. Odd. These symbols are unfamiliar to me. I suppose the homunculus is using a special code so no overly curious assistant can hamper his experimentation. We'll press every button until the mechanism opens. Yeah, I don't know if that's how that works. There might be a button that does something really bad. Smashing it might not be such a great idea either. So I don't know what the... stand back, this calls for some good old brute force. Careful, watch your step. Can you hear me? Elliot helps the Farseer out of his prison, avoiding the broken glass. The Aeldari is completely disoriented. His wandering gaze shifts between you and Elliot, then returns to the vat from which he just emerged. My purpose is to comply. Yes, I am born so I may die. My pain is your delight, master. Okay, Moray, what did that madman do to him? Do you remember who you are and where you come from? I remember the taste of pain and the smell of pain and the color of pain too. You are one who dreams of what has come to pass and what yet lies in the haze ahead, a Farseer from a craftwell. Tell us what happened to Crudarach. The Farseer stares at his hands in surprise, ignoring Elliot's questions. Everything in place, but why? The first one goes for the sake of pain and pleasure, the second one disappears when it is time for humility. The third, what happens to the third? Elenta, I don't think he is going to tell us anything of value. Is there no one left who can answer my questions? How did you end up in the homunculus's clutches? Be quiet. Master will come back. Master will punish. Piece by piece, piece by piece by piece. Why were you kept in this vat? I've been here many times in my past lives, and I will be in my future ones. An infinite cycle. Rebirth, healing, visions of the future. What is the point of eternal life if it only ever brings suffering? It's time to decide what to do with him. He's coming with us, Elenta. I will not let you abandon him here. I need him.
I will join.
Without waiting for Eliot to finish her sentence, the Farseer suddenly turns his head toward her. For the first time, his gaze is clear and focused. Child, you have returned to us at a dark hour. No, Eliot leans over the Aeldari's body to help, but his eyes are wide open and his chest no longer rises and falls from his cautious breath. He was aware. He remembered me, Elenta, and then suddenly he was dead. What kind of curse haunts Crudarach's children within these walls? Let us go. I refuse to believe there is no one else left. Do you understand? I cannot let the serpent in my soul devour my already fading hope. My hope of finding out the truth of what happened to Crudarach. There is no giving up now. After the lengths I've gone to in order to get here, we will find other Farseers. We will. Okay. One of the Farseers turned out to be a prisoner of another experiment of the homunculus. His fate is sad and merciless. The homunculus condemned 4 Farseers to monstrous suffering by locking their minds in one body. Okay. Two stacks of fresh injury. Let's get rid of those. We have enough med kits anyway, so
let's patch you up.
I don't want those turning into something worse. Crippled arm is not so bad for Cassia. Crippled leg for Pascal. Save it here. Okay. More goods. What's this experiment? Okay. Homunculus's notes. Deliverance as the activation order code word. Excellent. 43. Sequential joint removal starting with the fingers. The process resulted in death. As in every previous instance, the body will be reformed and regrown. Internal organs excised and placed into an alkaline solution without severance from the nervous system. The subject is observing its dismemberment and experiencing the pain at its full intensity. The agony strengthens the connection to the veil, but the body is weak and inevitably perishes. The subject's body disintegrates faster with each new assembly. Thermobox introduced into the torso for alternate cooling and heating with constant electrical stimulation. The subject survived for 4 minutes longer compared to the previous resurrection. Physical torture discontinued. Audio-visual headband placed on the subject's head to broadcast images of its suffering kin into its consciousness. Cardiac arrests are recorded 19 minutes later. Subject in possession of all previous knowledge, including memories of pain and death, and therefore fully compliant. Phenomenal strengthening of the veil connection observed, but the body survives for no longer than 3 minutes under any set of conditions. Okay. Some bizarre things. Lore Xenos, we need a multi-key. Okay. Oh, there's something else going on here. Hey, Morag, what a strange feeling. Eliot clutches her head and her eyes dart around the torture chamber. Kayla Mencha can't take my heart. Placed on a grim pedestal in front of you is an intricate game board broadly similar to the one Regicide players use. Miniature figurines of Drakari and Asuryani skillfully fashioned out of onyx and wraithbone are frozen in elegant poses opposite each other. Several of them toppled, and for a moment you think you see fresh blood running from under the game pieces down the small grooves carved into the board. Elliot, are you alright? Elliot stares at the game board stunned. It seems she never heard your question. Quiet, please stop. Stop torturing my mind. I will not let you become another spirit on the wind, not for the light of a million stars. Just let me explain myself. Observe silently. You are talking to pieces on a game board, for throne's sake. What is going on? I left Crudarach because that was my path. Is that not what you have been teaching us from birth until the final moments of our lives? I can hear it very well, the mournful lament of our brothers and sisters tortured to death in this room. I would prefer not to hear it, but I cannot, clearly as I hear the melody of your soul's torment. But don't you dare, there is no need to blame me for what happened to you. One of the Farseers is trapped in the game board, correct? Okay. Slap Elliot, nope. Whatever this is, Elliot, do not let it take over you. Elentar? If you could only hear her pleas and her curses, my heart shatters into 1,000 pieces at the mere sight of this tormented soul. But her words lash my mind more painfully and more ruthlessly than the three-tailed whip torments its victim's flesh. The Dark Ones possess the cursed gift of inventiveness in torture and subject their victims to the worst horrors of a mortal mind can conceive of. In their torture, they go far beyond the limits of the possible and the permissible. Look closer. These pieces and this board, designed for games that intrigue the mind, were fashioned from the flesh and blood of one of our Farseers. Her immortal soul remains forever connected to them. Why would the Drakari imprison a Farseer's soul in a board game? Why does the wind blow and the rain fall? Why does starlight illuminate our path and darkness dismay us? It is their nature, for that is the way of the world. The Dark Ones feed on despair and suffering, while the Farseers are powerful beings of unbending will, whose souls, however, are brittle. Every move on this game board causes the Farseer nothing but pain. She feels everything, sees everything, and is aware of everything. She dies with each taken piece and is resurrected at the end of a game. Okay. But I fear there is more to it than a desire to inflict suffering. The homunculus experimented on the Crudarach Farseers in an attempt to subjugate their powers. Normally the Dark Ones shun all and any manifestations of such abilities, lest they attract the attention of she who thirsts. This is worrying news to me. Looks like the Farseer put you through mental torment. What did she say? That I am a traitor and my path is paved with the bodies of my kin. That I am an outcast who carries the blame for the destruction of my home. Since I heard the call of our dying ancestors but did not return in time, and that it should have been me in her place. Pain and suffering have damaged the Farseer's mind. You could not have saved Crudarach alone. But I could have protected my home and met my end alongside the others. Still, for as long as at least one child of Crudarach is alive, its memory will not vanish, and I am yet to reach the end of my path. The seed planted long ago is yet to grow and bring forth the flower of truth. We can take the Farseer to the ship and save at least what is left of her. Don't know about that. You should end her suffering, Elliot. There is no helping the Farseer now. Shouldn't we direct? Yeah. Should end her suffering, Elliot. No, I cannot. If you destroy an Asuryani's soul without applying a spirit stone, Silent Thresher's claws will reach out and tear that soul apart. We can take the Farseer to the ship and save at least what is left of her. It is hard to say how much more suffering her soul has yet to endure before we leave this city. She may even be devoured by a silent thresh on the way, as forms like these make our souls very brittle and defenseless. But if you think there is a chance she can be saved, I will not stand in the way. Oof. The Farseer's soul trapped inside this intricate game board protects the artifact's owner from the deleterious influence of the Empyrean's forces. Okay. For morbid fun, the homunculus locked the soul of a Farseer in some kind of game board. Every move, every touch means pure suffering for its victim. That's not cool.
Whatever you wish.
Okay. Let's save it here then. Multi-key.
My success was inevitable.
Okay. Gloves of Rapid Desolation. Increase the rate of fire of the wearer's weapon by +1. Each time an enemy is killed, Perplex is inflicted on all other enemies in a 2-cell radius. Whenever the wearer attacks an enemy behind cover with a range attack, cover efficiency is decreased by 40% for that attack, -15 recoil. Okay. Alright, so there's more to explore down here. Okay, Bloodthirsty Experiment. Disciple of Pain. Wow, there's 12 guys here, okay. Alright then, so... Cassia here. Where do we want to put everyone else? How about we put Cassia here, Stooge here, Elliot here? Don't like being in the open, but there's no real good cover. And I'm hoping we could burst down quite a few of them. Marajai can go somewhere here. Abelard can go here. And Pascal can go here. Nope. No, we can't. Okay. Never mind. Put him here then. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so we're relatively safe over this side as long as they don't charge through here. Okay, so I guess this is a good place to... Well, good setup to start the fight then. Alright, so... Cassia... Did I... Oh, right. Elliot isn't there, okay. I was just like, where did Elliot go? Alright, let's give Stooge extra turn. Oh, Jay has the item that gives 3 AP. Oh well. Disciple of Pain. This guy's quite close, so let's get rid of it.
I'll return this favor tenfold.
Sure you will. Alright, that should be this guy dead once the rending triggers. Alright. That's a bit awkward. Okay, I'll leave it for Stooge then. Might have to move Elliot back here. Okay. Voice of command and bring it down. Okay. Can't do that. Alright. Let's go with Elliot then. Perfect spot.
If I must.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that didn't work. Forgot about that. Let's do this.
Serves your cause. Scorch Fortune favors the swift.
Okay, we hit the one behind. That's fine. Yeah, let's drag. Can we drag as many of these guys as possible close?
We all answer the call.
Okay. Well, she can't do that anyway. Never mind. Disciple of Pain? Yeah, let's use that on Disciple of Pain then. Did it do any damage? Can't really tell. It did a little bit. Okay. Now, what? I want to focus on the Disciple of Pain, so let's do that. Put up an opening there. Now we'll use Killing Edge. Field Re-Specialization. This ability allows you to re-specialize the caster of the ability once, okay? That's fine. Looks like we took that guy out. Let's take that guy down. Start building up the momentum. Now, let's do this.
You will pay dearly for your actions.
Got quite a few actions that time. That was pretty good. Elusive Shadow now. Yeah. I think that ends the turn. Not much else I can do there.
Heal my wounds.
Okay, Frenzy Injection. Alright, so Marajai. Now, let's see. Joyful Torture. Deal strength bonus rending damage to Marajai and he starts bleeding. While Marajai is bleeding, he gains 3 resolve. Okay. Let's give him Endure then. To start with. Aim for the opening, Reckless Strike, Breakthrough. Warrior gains a Slash ability with 3 charges for this round. Slash cannot be used in the same round as Charge. Okay. Set him bleeding will give him some bonuses. Although I don't think I took them because I didn't realize that he could set himself to bleed. But that's fine. Strength bonus rending damage to Marajai. Okay. Dance Macabre. Dashes in a straight line for up to 4 cells, suffering -6 less damage. 14% dodge. At the end of their turn, they gain that. Okay. Alright, so. In that case. Let's set bleeding anyway. Venomous Slash, Venomous Strike. Okay. Go here. Don't have to worry about the opening because there's already one up. He has 130,000 base lethality. Not great chance to hit. Let's do this.
Heal my wounds.
Okay. Rending Strike. 70%.
We all walk our own path. Strands of fate, guide me.
Your suffering will sustain me.
Okay, not
A pitiful
sure what
attempt.
happened there. Elliot. Well, let's put
I
Elliot
move
here
swiftly
then.
to strike. This
Perfect
helium
spot.
is beneath me.
Okay.
If it
Prey on the
serves your
Disciple
cause.
of Pain. Okay, let's do this.
I will tear your heart out for this.
Okay. Let's claim the bounty then. Nice. Pascal. Where do we want him to move? Move him here. Can't really reach anyone with tactical knowledge. Well, we can do it here. That works. Now let's do joint analysis. And you want to trail someone? Yeah, let's trail that guy. Okay. Alright, let's take him out.
Ancestors, guide me!
Not quite. That's fine. Can't claim the bounty, so we'll just eliminate him.
I deal death with my hands.
Okay. Yep. Let's do Machine Spirit Communion. Let's just move on. Okay. In my sights. Let's do this Disciple of Pain.
If I must.
Okay, Pascal only has one. Okay. Can't really hit anyone. Oh, he can hit that guy. No, he can't. Tactical knowledge. Okay. Alright. Let's move him up here. Okay. Let's do tactical knowledge there.
Comprehends all.
Alright. No, we can't. Yeah, let's just do that. That's fine. Okay, so trail this guy then.
A pitiful attempt.
Dodge. Dodge, parry.
I go
Nice.
into the darkness.
Okay. As usual, we go endure defensive stance.
My place is at the
Charge
hall.
on forward.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
I guess this is a new
dearly
icon
for your
too for
actions.
Strike. Looks cool actually, I quite like it. Yeah, let's
We'll
use
rule
Daring
the
Greek.
stars
Why not?
themselves.
Okay.
Isha, heal my wounds.
Didn't get a crit.
Oh, spill no
Nice.
tears for me. Isha.
Ooh, triggered a... Right, we got a level up again. That's nice. Okay. Charge in. Does the bloodthirsty experiment have a shield? Some sort? Why is it taking no weapon? No damage. That's odd. Okay.
You will pay dearly for your actions.
Alright, I guess we're done.
I will not fail the craft world. Pitiful
Nice.
attempt.
Very, very nice. What do I want to do now? Let's give Stooge an extra turn. Okay. Bloodthirsty Experiment, Disciple of Pain. Yeah, let's do that. Perfect.
Can't be over.
Okay. Yep, that should be a kill too, I guess. Nice. We're back to being able to use a heroic act, which is perfect. Chuck the trap.
Prognosis is favorable.
Okay. Stooge can attack once more. Bloodthirsty Experiment is still not taking any damage.
For a flesh crafter.
Alright. Do we want to move forwards? Yeah, let's drop that.
Ability analysis successful.
Trail the Disciple of Pain. That works. Finest hour? Yeah, let's give
I'll show
Stooge
you why navigators are
another
feared.
turn. Okay. I guess the bloodthirsty experiments that have got that frenzy injection just don't take damage. It's kind of annoying. Wait, oh. Click joint analysis, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, no damage.
I'll return this favor tenfold.
Alright, let's reload then. I can't move it to someone else, okay. Only got 3 left, so it's just all these bloodthirsty experiments. Okay, point of curiosity. Oh, we didn't get anyone to move. Okay. Well, in that case, maybe we should move up a little bit.
A pitiful
It's still not
attempt.
doing any damage. Okay. That's fine. No, not doing any damage. Okay, he does damage. Nice.
The darkness.
Okay, charge. Oh, I actually charged Abelard. Whoops.
Watch.
Okay. He is bleeding, so there's that. Okay, let's just put up Endure and then end the turn. Can't attack anyway, so.
I answer the call.
Okay, nice dodging. Parry, perfect. Elliot. Is she gonna do damage? Yes, she is. Okay. Let's change guns for now. Ooh, okay. And we'll claim the bounty now.
I am not your Xenos
Easy.
pet monkey. Another soul slips
for
beyond
me.
the veil.
Let's trail the bloodthirsty experiment. Alright. Ray? Yep. Only one left. That's pretty good. Finally almost done with this fight.
If it serves your cause. You moving? No more.
Wait, monkey, extend a helping hand and I will show you the way home. Okay, someone. Alright, The rogue trader's retinue stumbled upon a Farseer with a clear mind. You need to find a way to release him from the instrument of torture. Okay, so we found one. Okay, we can't reach it, so we need to figure out how to reach it first. Okay. Now we also need to
I wander
go
through
to the side
stars.
here. Let's save it here first, and then let's disarm this trap. Okay. Goods. Something up there. Something down here. Okay.
Too hard for a simple monkey. I have
Lorzinos.
learned much in my exile.
This set of symbols looks unfinished, as if you only have half of the mysterious message in front of you, okay? Alright, now activate the mechanism. I guess that lowers this guy down. Or not. We need to do this one too. Aeldari. Despite his many bleeding wounds, the stately Aeldari calmly straightens his shoulders and raises his narrow chin as he scrutinizes you with his keen gaze. Mysterious blue lights glimmer in his emerald green eyes. A monkey and an outcast have found their way into the heart of the Dark City to save what little remains. The universe is full of cruel surprises, but this is an outcome I managed to foresee. You have foreseen our meeting but could not avoid being captured? What is the point of your prophecies then? Elliot glares daggers at a fellow Aeldari, but he does not look away. I'm glad our paths have crossed again, my child. It is a great relief for me to know you are alive, but what is this? The Farseer frowns and concern surfaces on his face. Your soul wanders in the gloom, entangled in the brush of a despicable connection. I see that it grows from the seeds of solitude, doubts, and fears, and this thread of fate stretches between you and a monkey. Oh, Elliot, may Assyrian spare you from ever facing the Farseer's judgment, for our kin are intolerant of such aberrations that make our souls fade. You know this. What's so wrong about our... let's say nothing. Elliot looks slightly flustered, but then her boiling anger gains the upper hand. Do not pretend to be interested in the life and soul of an outcast. I alone decide with whom and when to walk the same path, and with whom I should not walk no longer. Lord Zeno succeeded. Make an Aeldari greeting gesture with your hands. You have got yourself a most amusing monkey to keep you company, Elliot. He understands our language and even knows a thing or two about customary greetings. Not that any of it makes him a worthy companion for you to have on your path. It is the Elantark who keeps me at his side. Were it not for him, my soul would have long left this body, or else I would have been devoured by a minion of She Who Thirsts, and I would never have learned the truth of what happened to Crudarach. Perhaps we ought to start by introducing ourselves. Of course, Elantark, one forgets one's good manners all too easily in the Dark City. Standing before you is Aeldari Maesh, who walks the path of the Farseer. He's the all-seeing eye and timeless sentinel of Crudarach. He was, that is. Either way, a monkey's name is not the kind of thing he would be particularly interested in case you were expecting me to introduce you in turn. He will forget your name as serenely as one forgets a troubled dream in the morning. Elantar, now that is a word I have not heard in years. The Farseer does not even look in your direction. There were other Farseers besides you in the spire. Between the homunculus's torches, I was able to glance inside my kin's desperate minds. I saw every soul that was extinguished in this spire. I sang a lament for every brother and sister sacrificed by the Dark Ones. I carry their memory in my heart, and if I get out of here alive, their names will not be forgotten. Your senses fail you, Eklendil. Many died, but not all. I was unable to save her, but you could have tried. The Aeldari recoils as he looks at the bloody game board. What is this? Explain yourself, monkey. What in all the gods' name made you decide to torture one of my sisters? Are you aware that a Farseer's soul is imprisoned in this object, and that your every touch causes unspeakable pain to her immortal soul? Can you really help her? I will release her soul from its suffering, but alas, giving her back her body is beyond my ability. Then do it. Lay to rest the wretched soul imprisoned in this object. Eliot blinks in surprise. In her eyes there is a faint and fleeting trace of softness and gratitude. Really? I must confess I have set little store by your species in the past. Perhaps in some regards I was wrong to do so. The Xenos nods in gratitude, finds a spirit stone on one of the homunculus's desks and chants a few unfamiliar words with which your elucidator does not catch. Dark blood pours out of the game board in the Aeldari's hands, but as soon as he finishes his chant, a warm glow suffuses the stone he is holding. It is done. You said you would help us find our way home. What did you mean? The countless hours I spent in the homunculus's cage were not all spent in the throes of agony. I listened, I observed, I absorbed, and I soon learned that an age-old gate built by our ancestors is hidden in the heart of the spire. A webway gate connected to the world outside. I can unseal it and forge our path to salvation. I can help you make your way out of the Dark City and leave this place behind. But you must take me to the gate. My mind is still firm and my spirit is unbreakable. My body, on the other hand, will not soon forget pain's embrace. What is the point of your questions, Elantar? I can guide you to the gate myself, but not before Eklendil Maesh, who walks the path of the Farseer, the all-seeing eye and timeless sentinel of Crudarach, pours the light of truth into the bottomless well of my fear and doubt. The Farseer is at your disposal, Eliot. I feared this moment would never come. Look at me, Eklendil, and tell me what adversity befell our home. As a council member, you cannot possibly be unaware of the truth. And, Eklendil, do not even consider hiding anything from me. Sometimes ignorance truly is bliss, my child, but I cannot deny your right to know the truth. The Farseer tosses back his head and his voice sounds like rolling thunder. When we found ourselves amid the stars of this stellar fabric, we encountered a monkey ship. Ship much too puny to take on an Asuryani world, or so we thought. Until the council was struck with a vision of the horror to come, the ship would be our doom. Not only for us on Crudarach, but for all Aeldari kind among the nearby stars, and even for those whose paths stretched far beyond the stars. We could not allow such a thing to happen. When the ship approached, we pierced it with 100 salvos and then rejoiced. For among the wreckage the Rangers found no trace of the foreseen curse. Assyrian, how wrong we were. The ships that returned from their reconnaissance to our starports were already carrying it on their wings. Whether it was a scratch from a passing wreck or the infected ashes of the monkey ship that the cosmic winds had not had time to disperse, the plague crept into our home and immediately began to eat away at the craft world's very flesh. In the infinity circuit, the souls of the ancestors battled the spreading pestilence ferociously, but the world was falling apart and there was no stopping it. Spires collapsed, rivers dried up, the ground itself sank, and all living things turned into a strange blend of organic matter and metal. We fought for our home until the very end, but when it became clear that Crudarach was beyond saving, the council decided to gather all who remained, board them on the surviving shuttles, and scatter across the galaxy to look for salvation. And that was what we did. But who steered the infected vessel toward Crudarach?
I am afraid you already know the answer, Elentark. You just cannot accept it. Your predecessor, she who previously owned this vessel and your entire protectorate, the monkey who kept a piece of my homeworld in her study, like a trifle or trophy of no great significance.
So it was your accursed kind. Eklendil's eyes light with golden radiance. Wait, Eklendil. Shedding innocent blood will not bring our home back. The Elentark is guilty only of helping me to reach this place and free you. The blood of the executioner of our people flows through the veins of the one you long to save. What has the monkey done to deserve your mercy? The golden sparks slowly die away and the Farseer wearily closes his eyes. You said a disease broke out aboard the ship. You want to know how your kinspeople destroyed my world so you can follow their example? Answer the question, Eklendil, not for the monkey's amusement, but for the sake of those whose souls dissolved in infinity. At first we thought the monkey were in the service of the greatest enemy of our kind, the one who lurks beyond the edge of reality, but the world's affliction manifested itself differently. It distorted Crudarach while avoiding encounters with the souls of our ancestors. We were waiting for Silent Thresher, the destroyer of souls, to burst her way in through the gaping wounds of the world, yet her gaze was directed away from our suffering. No one ever managed to identify the nature of the curse, even as we watched it destroy our home, and so, having lost all hope of saving it, we fled. If your kin fled Crudarach, how did you end up here? Our twisted cousins found our arcs in the Void's cold embrace. At first it seemed they were going to save us, to extend a helping hand, and so we told them what had happened to Crudarach and where to look for it. But our cousins' souls are dark and thirst for blood. My arc was one of the first they seized. The Drukhari massacred hundreds of thousands of their own kind for fleeting pleasure's sake, and enslaved the Farseers for their cursed experiments, and that monkey was how I ended up hanging in this cage. Is Crudarach completely destroyed? That is hard to believe. The Arabenian took care of what remained, but that is none of your concern, monkey. But Eklendil, how did Crudarach end up in the expanse, this close to monkey ships and the Dark Ones' hunting grounds? That was the path chosen by the Council, my child. We had charted Crudarach's course among the stars for years, and no one had an inkling of the terrible fate that would await us in this place that promised us salvation. No one knew. The Farseer looks away for a mere second, but an itching sensation immediately burrows its way into the base of your skull. Something is wrong here. The paths I have walked taught me a great deal, to see the truth where it is concealed, and not to hesitate to cut off the head of a lying snake that tries to coil around my heart. If the entire Farseer Council failed to foresee their world's doom, then everything the children of Surian have been taught about paths for centuries is a lie. You are hiding something, Eklendil. Speak now. How dare you take that tone with me, Alcast? I am not obliged to justify myself before you, let alone protest my innocence. We freed you from the homunculus's torture chamber, Eklendil, and this is the thanks we get. If you wish to leave this place alive, you would do well to start talking, Xenos. Perhaps I should put you back in the cage. You have already told us almost everything. Why hold anything back? Yeah, let's do this one. The Farseer's emerald green eyes are filled with despair. We had been steering Crudarach along a course prophesied by the stars themselves until Sha'ael's tumultuous currents cast us to the edge of the Great Wound. A storm was coming, threatening to sweep Crudarach away from its path, and so the Council decided on a route to safety, across the nearest islet of hope and into the place known among the monkey as the Coronis Expanse. We stood by our decision, but there came a point where the prophecies became ever darker and more unsettling. Someone proposed altering the course, but the closing grip of raging Sha'ael's was blocking our path on all sides. It was then that the council's opinion was split. My vote was the deciding one in that difficult debate, for I believe that the prophecy that had promised us salvation in the expanse could not have been a lie. You already know what happened next. The Farseer closes his eyes and turns away, unwilling to meet Eliot's gaze. So we were doomed. I should have stayed on Crudarach. I could have tried to help those who survived the disaster. If only I had not chosen that accursed path and left the craft world, I could have at least tried to save someone. You are not to blame for the demise of your world. Subverting fate is beyond your power. The Farseers, it was not beyond their power. They led Crudarach to prosperity for years, only to become too blind to what was going on around them. Had they not followed the prophecy as the old customs required, had they changed course instead, Crudarach might still be whole. There is no bringing back the past, but you can try to change your people's future. Eliot stays silent for a long time, peering into the face of the Farseer standing across from her. Calm and collected, he looks prepared to meet his fate. Finally, Eliot replies, "We are both guilty and both deserve a fate much more terrible than death. However, it is too early for us to leave this world before we have atoned for our guilt. Come with me, Clendil. We have a lot to do before the great oblivion. We will find our brothers and sisters and protect them from those who seek to harm them. Perhaps we may even find a new home. Your words are like a healing melody flowing into my tormentor's soul. I accept your proposal, my child." Okay. Talk to Eliot aboard the Void ship. Okay. Escort the Farseer to the Webway gate. The only surviving Farseer is ready to open the Webway gate and help the rogue trader to escape from Comrade to real space, if he manages to survive the journey, that is. Okay. That is going to be difficult. Goods. Journal of Observations. The journal entries are written in an angular but surprising tidy hand, as if the writer deliberated meticulously over every word. The notes are supplemented by diagrams and formula. The Farseer's mind is aggressively resisting external interference. The mind maggot perished instantly upon being introduced into the system, which has never been observed before. Interesting. As punishment, the subject was placed in vibra shackles that chip away at limb bones. Mind maggot enhanced with a power implant, subject placed in a red-hot metal capsule during the introduction of the parasite. Despite the pain and the parasite in its system, the subject succeeded in addressing the veil. Parasite destruction detected 2 minutes into its presence in the subject's body. Mind maggot enhanced with poison that suppresses the host's psychic functions and placed successfully inside its victim. The parasite's vital functions persist, yet with no sign of compliance on the part of the host. Unacceptable. Subject punished by partial skin removal and suspension by the detached areas of skin. Experiment finished. Result negative. For as long as the subject remains capable of combating the mind maggot's presence, pain is the only available method of suppression. Subject to be placed in a capsule with slowly rotating blades until further instructions. Okay, so he resisted the torture. Oh, okay, there's a Clendil. Alright, so this looks like all that's left to do here.
There is praise.
Oh, let's not. That was nasty. Okay. Clendil.
Reconnaissance was sighted.
Bring it on.
Need to figure out how to get through there, I guess. No, this way was up.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Let's disarm this trap then.
A trivial task.
Okay, what was that? Alright. Lozinos. This set of symbols looks unfinished, as if you only have half of the mysterious message. Okay.
The sooner we start,
More cargo. Is this more cargo as well? Okay. Save it here. More goods. Let's see. Webway resonance device, a mysterious tool required to open a webway gate. Okay, that helps us out with Elliot to open the webway gate. The key to the webway gate was found during the exploration of the Spire of the Reaving Timbers. Now Elliot can use it to open the webway gate. Okay. Wraithbone woven battle suit. The armor restores toughness bonus divided by 2 wounds each round when the wearer has any number of the following damage over time conditions: burning, toxin, bleeding. Okay, well, I guess this armor is perfect for Marajai. Assault cloak. The wearer gains plus 5% parry reduction and dodge reduction to their melee area attacks for each creature targeted by that area attack. Okay. Okay, looks like we've got everything.
My prey awaits me.
Alright, so I think this is a good place to end the episode. I'll deal with the level ups, and we'll probably start the next episode just before heading into the main hall. We found out a lot about what happened to Crudarach. I'll probably also get rid of all these fresh injuries as well, just because, you know, going to the main hall, I think there's going to be some sort of a fight. But yeah, so found out a lot about what happened to Elliot's craft world, home craft world. We finally found a Farseer that wasn't, I guess you could say, completely obliterated and destroyed. And we got to escort him. Where is he now, actually? Okay, he's at the back here. That's fine. So now we have to protect him and bring him to the webway gate to get him out of here, along with Elliot. So at least we have Elliot and the Clendil who can open the webway gate. Marajai, we should be able to pick up whatever it is that he needs so that he can open it too. But with all 3 of them, I think we're okay. So in the next episode, we'll start from just out here. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.